election that saw Labour win a second term in a landslide victory. Moving on, South Korean police have requested an arrest warrant for a journalist over a false report about former President Yoon Suk-yeol's brief martial law imposition. The journalist from Sky E-Daily falsely claimed in January that 99 Chinese spies were arrested by South Korean troops during Yoon's suspension of civilian rule in December. The report cited unnamed US military sources and alleged the spies were transferred to US custody in Okinawa, Japan. Police accused the reporter of obstructing official duties of South Korea's National Election Commission, which refuted the claims. The report fueled misinformation about electoral fraud and Chinese espionage with extreme right-wing groups supporting Yoon's martial law. Pro-Yoon rallies turned violent in January, leading to jail terms for several extremists involved in assaults and property damage. To business now, and shares of Chinese electrical vehicle battery giant CATL surged as much as 18.4% above their subscription price after the company raised $4.6 billion in its Hong Kong listing, the largest offering in the world this year. The deal brings total funds raised in Hong Kong through listings this year to $7.73 billion, a significant jump from the $1.05 billion in the same period last year. CATL plans to use most of the funds to build a battery plant in Hungary aimed at supplying European automakers like BMW, Stellantis and Volkswagen. Company chairman Robin Zeng called the Hong Kong listing a new start point for the largest EV battery maker's global expansion. Let's listen in to what the founder of CATL has said.
港股上市意味着我们更加广泛地融入了全球资本市场，也是我们推动全球零碳经济的新起点。
Moving on now, El Salvadoran authorities have arrested Ruth Lopez, a human rights and anti-corruption lawyer, on embezzlement charges tied to her time as a state official. Lopez, director of anti-corruption at leading rights group Cristosal, was detained at home on the 18th of May. The Attorney General's office alleges she collaborated in the theft of state funds linked to former Electoral Tribunal President Eugenio Chicas, who is also facing charges. Cristosal condemned the arrest, calling it part of a broader campaign to criminalise human rights defenders. The group reports Lopez has been held incommunicado for over 12 hours, denying her legal access and violating due process. President Nayib Bukele's administration, frequently criticised by Cristosal, has faced accusations of co-opting the justice system during a sweeping state of emergency. Bukele, an ally of US President Donald Trump, denies wrongdoing and says his policies have restored safety in the country despite international human rights concerns.
Ruth fue detenida ilegalmente y ha estado en una situación que podría constituir una desaparición forzada de corta duración, sin que su familia o su equipo legal haya podido verla ni hablar con ella. Las autoridades lo han mantenido en completo hermetismo, negándole todo el acceso a la defensa y violando abiertamente sus derechos. La detención de Ruth no es un hecho aislado, es parte de una estrategia sistemática del gobierno de Nayib Bukele para perseguir, silenciar y criminalizar a quienes defienden derechos, combaten la corrupción y exigen la rendición.
Moving to South America now, Venezuela has suspended all flights from neighbouring Colombia following what it claims was a cross-border infiltration of mercenaries allegedly planning to sabotage this weekend's legislative and regional elections. Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello announced the move at a press conference, stating that 38 people had been arrested, including 17 foreign nationals. According to Cabello, the group intended to carry out attacks on foreign embassies, hospitals and police installations in a bid to destabilise the country ahead of the vote. Let's have a listen into what he said.
Grupos empeñados en generar violencia en nuestro país han tratado pues de acometer acciones que afectarían a los venezolanos, a las venezolanas, sin distingo de condición política, pero con el objetivo superior que tienen ellos de sabotear las elecciones del día 25. Así hemos dado instrucciones nosotros que se suspendan de manera inmediata todos los vuelos que vengan desde Colombia a Venezuela, porque la información que tenemos, tiene que ver con este tipo de traslado de gente.
The minister linked the alleged plot to opposition figure Maria Corina Machado, who has called for a boycott of the elections. Machado, currently in hiding since the disputed July 2024 presidential election, has urged voters to stay away from the polls, claiming the process is rigged. Colombia's Civil Aviation Authority confirmed that commercial flights between the two countries had been suspended. However, the Colombian Foreign Ministry said it had not been informed in advance and was seeking clarification through diplomatic channels. The sudden flight ban has stranded passengers in Colombia. Let's have a listen to what some of them have said.
Ellos también, pero tienen que pensar también en el pueblo y la gente que está afuera. No nos dejar así a la deriva todos nosotros. No solo nosotros, hay mucha gente que está a la deriva. Y esperemos que se solucione por todo lo bien. Esperemos.
Todos, la mayoría somos de tercera edad. Venimos, los hijos hacen sacrificio y todo eso, y fíjate con lo que nos encontramos. Entonces no hay alternativa.
Flight links between Caracas and Bogotá have only been restored in November 2022 following the election of Colombia's leftist president Gustavo Petro, who re-established ties that had been cut in 2019 after Colombia's former president Ivan Duque refused to recognise Maduro's re-election. The Maduro government frequently claims to be the target of coup attempts or sabotage